It's laughable that I was trying to do the best thing for myself, for the employees, and for the customers by not coming in with my allergies and trying to be safe with everything that's going on today, and it resulted in me getting fired. Hey guys, it's me, Christian. So let's just get right into the video. I don't have to do much talking. You already know what happened according to the title. Don't mind my like whatever's going on here. I'm in between feeling cold and hot, so we're just gonna leave it here. But last week, if you were on my live video, I posted this little chat. It was about 12 or 13 minutes long, and the title was I Quit. And I was just explaining how frustrated I was that I came into work and I was ready and I was prepared and I was about to clock in, and basically I was prevented from clocking in because of some of the management issues that were going on behind the scenes, and nothing that had anything to do with me. And so this particular instance really irritated me because as somebody who is in college, our time is very valuable. My class ended at 2:30 that day and my shift didn't start till 4. So I was just wasting time basically out of the house until my shift started, just so there's not really enough time to like go home and come back out. So I kind of had to waste time just to wait around for my shift. And then when I get there, you're telling me that I might not be able to work. So that was very, very frustrating. And I feel like if, just like they want you to communicate with them when you can't come in, if there's an issue with me coming in, then that should have been communicated to me so my time wasn't wasted. So all of this drama is going on, and the manager on duty, she was actually very helpful. She is the only person in this actual story that I felt, even if she had issues with me behind the scenes, she was being very helpful, and she did not let me know that she knew that the other managers were talking about me. But basically she's like, okay, you know what? I trust that you have done everything that you needed to do, and you're providing me with the proof that you have done what you needed to do. So she's like, you know what? You can work today. So I wash my hands and I get ready to work, and about 5 minutes into me working, she goes, you know what? Actually, I don't want you to work today. I don't want to get in trouble. So now I'm like, okay, now you're playing with me, because can I work or can I not work? Like this is more of a problem than it should be. And so the backstory of the whole reason behind why there's an issue right now is because I told them that I wasn't coming in on a Thursday because I was having very intense allergy symptoms. Now, if you have bad allergies, you already know that your symptoms can vary from light to medium to drastic. And this was one of those days where it was drastic, and it could resemble the symptoms of a very different type of sickness going on in 2021. So I said, you know what, for the betterment of everyone and for the safety of the customers, and I knew I did not have said issue, but because I have really bad allergy symptoms, I said, you know what, I'm just not gonna come in because I don't want the stress of a customer saying, you know what, she just sneezed on my food and I'm gonna need you to make another. I didn't want that. So that's why I didn't come in. So they took me not coming in for my allergies as a sign that I might have had something going on, which I already explained to them that I did not. But I told them, you know, I'm not coming in. And then the manager that was on duty on the Thursday that I called out, I'm like, my heart is beating so fast because I'm over the situation, but it's a bit anxiety inducing. So basically, the Thursday that I called out, I texted the manager. Now, this is not the manager on duty. This is the manager of the entire Chipotle. So I text her and I say, hey, you know, there was a close contact in one of my classes. Should I just wait until next Monday? Because I don't even work. I worked Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So Thursday would have been my last shift of the week. So I said, you know what? There was a close contact in one of my classes. I knew that I was fine, but that combined with my allergy symptoms, I said the best thing for me to do is just to not come into work today. So I text her and I say, you know what? I had this close contact. Should I just wait until Monday? My shift was supposed to start at 4. I texted her at 3. She did not respond to me. And if you watched my last video, you'll know that this particular manager, the manager of the whole store, we already ran into issues that didn't need to be issues. And so what I didn't want to happen is for that day to be considered a call out, because it's being sick, and I was like genuinely sneezing a lot. Being sick and just calling out for random reasons, I feel like are two different things. And so for her to not respond to my message was very frustrating. And I was like, I don't want them to think that I'm the type of employee that just says, you know what, I don't want to come to work, so I'm gonna just tell them I'm sick. So I decide with my puffy eyes and my runny nose that I'm just gonna go up there and confront her in person so that the security cameras can have the footage of when I showed up, and there's not gonna be any type of confusion as to, did you communicate? Oh, I didn't see this, I didn't see that. So I go all the way up there and I ask one of the employees, can you get the manager for me? And she goes to get the manager and she looks shook when she sees me. And I'm like, hi, I just wanted to make sure you got my text message. And she's like, no, I've been working. What did it say? Now that was so triggering because the realistic chance that she didn't see my message is slim to none. It's really like a 1% chance. Like, you're not gonna tell me as a person that is a manager of a restaurant that you haven't checked your phone one time in the course of an hour. Like, I was just like, what? Why are you lying? So that already had me in a bad mood. So when she says like, oh, I didn't see your text message, what are you talking about? I say, well, I was texting you about this close contact. The person let us know that they tested, and I haven't heard anything from my university yet in terms of my next steps. So should I just wait until Monday to come in? Then she proceeds to ask me my Vaseline status. And I felt like that was so inappropriate. I just feel like you do not ask someone what their status is, what they're putting in their body, in front of customers. Not only did she ask me this in front of employees, she also asked me this in front of customers, which I felt was very disrespectful. So at this point, I'm very frustrated, but I'm not showing it. So she asked me that question, and I was really caught off guard, and I said, that's none of your business. She caught me off guard, and that's the response that I gave. That's none of your business. And she's like, well, I mean, Chipotle is gonna have to know either way, so And you know what the funny thing is? They never asked me. So she lied again. She's like, Chipotle is gonna have to know either way. So I mean, you can tell me or you can tell the people that will be contacting you. I'm like, that's fine. The people that are contacting me about the situation can know, but that's none of your business. And to this day, they never asked me my status. So another instance of unprofessionalism. So I'm done with the conversation at this point, and I just say, you know what, I'll see you on Monday. So fast forward to Monday, and that's when the whole issue with could you not work, you can work, you can work, you can't work, all of that drama was going on. So that was Monday. So Monday I came in for the 4-hour shift, and they played with me. So the next day, which is Tuesday, the manager that was on duty on Monday said, hey, you should be hearing back from the contact tracing people today or tomorrow, which was Tuesday. And she ends up giving me the option of leaving and going home or just staying and waiting it out. And I'm so glad that I did not stay and wait it out, because they did not end up contacting me at all. And at this point, it's preventing me from working. So the next day at about 1 o'clock, I'm like, hey, you know what? It's 1 o'clock. My shift is supposed to start at 4. And if I really want everything to be in order for Thursday, I need to get this ball rolling in terms of figuring out whether or not I'm gonna be able to work my Thursday shift. So this day I did not pack my uniform for Chipotle because I was like, I'm not going to work today. I haven't heard anything. I'm gonna reach out to them and make sure that they're doing what they need to do on their end so that on Thursday I can come in. Because a little bit of backstory, on Tuesday, I was already frustrated with the fact that you wasted my time on Monday, and I also had a paper due Tuesday night. So I was like, I'm not rushing to get back to work, but on Thursday, I need to be clocked in, right? So I messaged the manager that was on duty on Monday, and I'm like, hey, I just wanted to make sure that, I'm like, hey, nobody has contacted me yet. And she was like, oh, I was just about to reach out to you. Let me contact them now. Can you give me your phone number so I can confirm? So I texted her at 1:30 and she responded pretty quickly. So at 2 o'clock, I got this message, and it says, hey, Christian, it's from Chipotle. Just following up to let you know, SSR contacted us and gave you the green light to come in. Gave you the green light to come into work tonight, so long as you have that negative test. So I had already gotten my negative test that day, but like I said, you wasted my time on Monday. I have a paper due tonight. Nobody had contacted me. It was 1:30. I decided to reach out. So I'm assuming that I'm not coming to work because I always would come to work straight from class. Like I said, I didn't pack my uniform that day because nobody had reached out to me. So she says, as long as you have that negative test, you can come in. So I said, hi, I usually come in straight from class and I don't have my uniform because I hadn't heard back yet, so I'll be there on Thursday. And in this moment, I was setting the boundary of no, my time got wasted yesterday, so now I'm not gonna be begging or just making time out of my busy schedule to run to work when nobody has been communicating with me. Nobody communicated with me yesterday when I wanted to work, but you wouldn't allow me to. So she says, since you are not excluded because of the negative test, you are expected to be at work today. This will now be categorized as an unexcused call out if you don't come in at all. So this would have been the time that I feel like in the first message, it really seemed like an option. Like if and when you provide the negative test results to us, then you can work. In the second message that she sends, she's making it seem like it is my obligation to come in. And I didn't like the tone that she was speaking to me in, because I don't appreciate it. I don't. So then let's go to the next message. So I say, I haven't given you all a receipt of a negative test, so technically I am still excluded. 2 hours prior to the start of my shift is not comparable to my schedule as a student. Therefore, I will not be coming in. To count today as a call out would not be reasonable in relation to the timing of the communication. So she responds, I'm sorry if there's any confusion, but I got communication from my manager that you had a negative test yesterday. So that is the information I am going off. You also did not follow up with any manager on shift today about your shift or status. We had to reach out to you, which is untrue, which is dare I say, a lie. Additionally, your schedule as a student is not comparable to your work schedule and expectations in the first place. So those two have nothing to do with each other. To call out because you do not have a uniform with you, whether excluded or not, is not acceptable. Now, if you haven't heard anything about coming to work the whole day and there's 2 hours before your shift, I had to reach out to them. So for her, things are not adding up. Anyways, the next thing that I said was, I was not informed about whether or not I could come into work today until 2 p.m. while I was still in class. As I stated in the message above, I come to work straight from class, and that was not ample time to arrive at work fully prepared and with my uniform. In reference to the fact that you're saying that I didn't communicate with a manager on shift today, I spoke to the manager on duty yesterday, this afternoon, because she understood my situation and was the manager on duty yesterday and helping with reaching out to SSR. Have a good evening, and I will be there on Thursday. Now, genuinely, I didn't want to go in. Along with the fact that she originally said, when you come in with your negative test, you can come back to work. Combined with the fact that my time was wasted, I didn't want to come in. So, had there been a better employee relationship, I probably would have went in that day. But due to the miscommunication and the lack of communication, I'm not gonna break my neck when yesterday I was prepared and you wasted my time, right? So I was like, I'm setting this boundary that I'm not coming in today. And I feel like had I not retaliated, I would still have my job there. But I'm not a person that is going to walk on eggshells, and I don't believe in burning bridges. If I have to burn a bridge, so be it. I'm not gonna tiptoe around you just for you to be comfortable. So I'm like, you know what? I will see you on Thursday. I'm not gonna keep having this conversation with you. I'm not clocked in, so why are we even talking about this right now? So the next thing that she says is a very confusing message where I got fired over text. The issue is not that confusion about SSR and if you were able to work. I completely understand the confusion between managers and SSR. I notified you before your shift that you were allowed to and expected to come in based on your negative test. Rather than explaining that you didn't have your uniform and allowing me to accommodate for a late arrival, you called out. Completely due to that fact alone. I hope you understand how that is unacceptable on its own. If you find this unreasonable, or you cannot continue to abide by our expectations of you, this may not be the best environment to be a part of. We have appreciated you on our team, but are no longer willing to continue your employment here. If you have any issues with this decision, please contact rpe@chipotleconfidential.com. Thank you and best of luck on your future opportunities. At that point, all I could do was like laugh, because it's laughable. It's laughable that I was trying to do the best thing for myself, for the employees, and for the customers by not coming in with my allergies and trying to be safe with everything that's going on today, and it resulted in me getting fired. Now, I honestly feel like these managers are used to college students that really, really need the job, and they rack up multiple hours. Now, I just don't understand what exactly is just so unacceptable, and this is just so inappropriate, and why would you not have I don't have my uniform because nobody has spoken to me all day. So yeah, they fired me. I got fired over text. I went ahead and I submitted a wrongful termination on the website. And not because I want to come back, but I just want managers to know that you cannot push people around. I don't care about your status. I don't care that you get paid a higher hourly rate than me. We are still both human. You're not above me. So stop talking to me like you run things, because without the employees, you would have nothing to manage. So I've learned a lot from this experience. It was a very tough lesson about respect, boundaries, and communication, in which I felt that I did a good job. I lost my job because I wasn't being a submissive employee who was agreeing to anything and everything. And I feel like defending myself and not just sucking it up and conforming to their beliefs of what I should have done was the best thing to do in this scenario. I learned a lot about what not to do if I decide to hire employees and how to treat them, because unfortunately this restaurant and the people that work in it do not respect me as a Black woman who wanted to defend herself. And the food was trash. I said it in the last video, I'll say it again. The food was trash. The chicken was unseasoned. The rice was always overcooked. The beans were always undercooked. You have a 3.7 on Google reviews. So yeah, that's the update. I got fired. So